Hello. I am James, and I live in Manchester in the UK. And you're listening to English with a Brew, a podcast where I talk about different day-to-day topics to help you learn English the most natural way possible, and that is only by listening to it. And if you want to support this podcast, read transcripts, and get exclusive access to more episodes, go to patreon.com/English with a Brew. As we say in Manchester, get a brew on, and let's get started. Last episode, in the one before this one, I talked about being scared, and I told you to be brave, to not have fear. Being brave means doing something even if you are scared. We call this facing your fears. There are lots of times in life when you need to be brave, or when being brave can help you grow. It can make you stronger, more resilient. And in these moments, you can tell yourself, what's the worst that can happen? For example, imagine you want to try something new. Maybe you want to try a new sport, like, tennis. But you feel scared because you have never played tennis before. You're worried that you might not be very good at it. But what's the worst that can happen? Maybe you can't hit the ball. You miss it all of the time. Or you lose a match. But that's not what's important. You tried something new. You might have met new people. Also, you exercised. And maybe now you know if you enjoy playing tennis or not. Or maybe you're living in a new place. You moved to a new city and you don't know anybody that lives there. So you want to make some friends. That can be scary. You can feel scared to talk to other people. But maybe, or we could say, what if? What if the other people are thinking or feeling the same thing? So what's the worst that could happen? If you're out somewhere, like in a cafe or at the park or at work or at a new school, and do not know anyone, and you see someone or a group of people that look friendly, you could say hi or hey, how's it going? They could be happy to talk, to chat. The worst that could happen is that they say, I'm really sorry, I can't talk. I'm busy right now. And that's it. But really, is that so bad? Is the rejection worse than the fear? Of course, it's not easy. It's difficult. But it's difficult for everybody. It's possible that that person in the cafe or in the park might actually be very happy that you spoke to them, that you said hello, and now because of you, their day was a little bit better. And when I started to make this podcast, I too worried a lot. I thought, no, I can't make this podcast. I am not a podcaster. I get too nervous. I'm not confident enough. And I thought people might not like the sound of my voice. And I worried, what if nobody listens to it? And really, well, that's the worst that can happen. The worst that can happen is that nobody listens to this podcast. And is that really embarrassing? Is that something to be ashamed of? I don't think so. It's not so bad. If you enjoy something, if you enjoy the process of doing something or creating something. That could be playing sports, writing poems, painting, anything. Then do it. Do it for you, for yourself. By being brave, you can grow. When you face your fears, you become stronger. You learn that you can do difficult things. And then, afterwards, you feel proud of yourself. So, the next time you need to be brave, ask yourself, what is the worst that can happen? And that's everything for today's episode of English with a Brew. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you did or if you didn't, and tell me which topics you'd like to hear me talk about in future episodes. And don't forget, you can read the transcript for this episode and get access to more exclusive content over on my Patreon page. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is where you are right now. Take care.